Hello there and welcome. My name is Linda and welcome to my channel, Linda T70. It's really good to have your company today. I thought I'd just do a little run through of what I've done this week and a few bits and pieces that I thought you might find interesting. Apologies if you've been bereft that my video didn't go out on Friday. I just didn't have a chance. Well, to be honest, I did have a chance, but by the time I'd got round to doing it, doing it yesterday, I was a bit too tired, so I thought I'll do it today. So today's Saturday, and so hopefully next week I'll be back to normal with my Tuesday and Friday videos. Had a reasonable week this week. Managed to get my washing dry all week. That's been pretty good, although we've had some rain around here, but we went to, took one of my granddaughters out this week to Beaconscott village. If you live in this part of the world, or this part of England, I live in Hertfordshire. Beaconscott is a staple place to take your children when any age really. It's a model village in Beaconsfield in Buckinghamshire. And I remember taking my two children when they were young to it. You know, it's one of those places that it takes about half an hour to walk round really. They've kind of zhuzhed it up a bit. There's a little play area and there's a little train that you can have a ride round, but it doesn't take too long. So if you've got small children that have got sort of short attention spans, it's just nice. And the thing about it is I did take a little video bit of it, which I'll show you. But the idea, if you don't know Beaconscott, it's a model village, and was started in, I don't know what year it was, but the look of it is basically 1930s. So all the little people are dressed like, you know, World War One is about to start. And the buildings are like that, and it's got, you know, cricket pitches, it's got rugby and football pitches, it's got a cathedral, all miniature, and kids love it. So and it's not too expensive really to get into, considering a lot of these places that we have to take our children and our grandchildren to in the summer holidays are quite pricey, all the theme parks and things. So I did take a couple of pictures, so I'll try and add those to the video should you be interested. So my little granddaughter enjoyed that. And yesterday I went shopping with one of my daughters and her two boys. Oh, well, I mean, shopping, the thing was, she needed to get them their school uniforms. So one of her children is going into year 6, so that means it's his last year in junior school, if you don't know, and the other one is just starting nursery at the school. So he's, I don't know what he is, he's about 3 and he's 3 and a half. He's 3 and a half, my goodness. So he's going into nursery, and it's all a bit of I remember when my kids went into well, not junior or anything, but when they went into secondary school, there was only one particular shop you could go and buy the uniform from, and I don't remember having to make appointments and whatever to go there, but this particular place where she went yesterday with me and the two boys, people were, for secondary school level, they had to make an appointment to go in and get sorted for their uniforms, and it's all kind of expensive and it's all a bit daunting. But luckily they had, for my grandson's age group, they had stock in, so that was all right. But the whole process of shopping with small children is just dreadful, isn't it? I don't know. I mean, we weren't out for too long, and every shop we went in was for their benefit. The 3-year-old, I can understand he doesn't understand that, but the older one does, and he should. But I mean, I don't know, it was moan after moan after moan. Now, I love these children more than I can say, you know, I do love them, but sometimes you just want to throw yourself off of something. I mean, and then the more you buy, the more they want. And not particularly yesterday, but you know, generally speaking. And it's just impossible to keep up. I can remember when my son was little, me and his dad, when we used to go shopping, when his sister was at school, because my previous husband used to work shifts, so we were able to do a lot of stuff during the week that other people had to wait for the weekend to do. And we got into this habit of going in a toy shop and buying him a little Matchbox car. And you know, he was a pretty good kid. He wasn't one of these that screamed all the time anyway, but we just got into the habit of doing it. And then you suddenly realise you've got about 500 Matchbox cars at home that he's not really interested in. You know, there's nowhere to put them, and you just think to yourself, well, we're going to have to stop this. He's just going to have to get used to the fact that you have to go around the shop sometime. But I think with children now, it just seems to be a whole different situation. Children are so used to having things given to them to keep them amused all the time. They don't wait for birthdays and Christmas or special occasions to get gifts. They're being bought stuff all the time, and it seems like it's a wound that you can't stop bleeding. You know, the more you do, the more they want. And you know, it's just children everywhere. I'm not picking on any particular children. I see it in my family, and I see it with other people and their children as well. And you constantly got to give them a device or something to do, or buy them something, and then 10 minutes later they see something else, and it's really quite difficult. So suffice to say, at one point yesterday I said, look, you go and do what you need to do, and I'll go somewhere, because I did want to have look in some places myself and do a bit of shopping myself, so that's what I did. I was thinking actually of doing a video, because I do like to, well, I don't know if it'd be controversial or not, on what it's like to be a grandparent when you're not really a grandparent type of person. And I don't think I can be the only one. I don't know how to explain it really, but if you'd be interested in that, having a little chat and a little swap of stories or, you know, thoughts on that, let me know, because I sometimes think I'm the only one that's sort of thinking, well, I wouldn't let him do that, or I wouldn't let her do that. And sometimes I say something to the you know, their mum or dad. I mean, my children, not complete strangers. And sometimes I don't, because I know it's blooming hard, isn't it? So just, you know, let me know if you'd be interested in that, because I've never really been interested in people's children, other people's children. I've never been interested in, when I was younger, never was interested in babies or anything like that really. And I was kind of looked down my nose a bit at bad behaved children. And of course I had my own children, and frankly I still feel the same. So yeah, I don't know, if you'd fancy me having a little chat with you about grandchildren and what it's like being a grandchildren, and if you feel you're doing a good job, or whether you know you're involved with looking after them and you don't really want to do it but you do it because you're helping. There must be other people like me, so let me know. Anyway, on to a bit of shopping. So when I made a run for it from them yesterday, I went to Superdrug and got a few bits, so I thought I'd share those with you. Before I show those bits though, I've got, on the next video I do, I'm hoping will be a few items of clothing to show you. But my daughter yesterday, the one I went out with yesterday, she said she'd got these jeans. Now she got them from ASOS, and she ordered them in a size, I think she said they're a 22. Sorry. Yeah, UK 22. And there, she said, do I wear mum jeans? Although they're always called mom jeans, aren't they? Which is a bit one of those American things, isn't it? And I said, well, I have had a pair of them. So she said, would I like to give them a go because they weren't any use for her. So, and she couldn't return them for various reasons. So these ones are called Emma. Super high-waisted mom jean. They fit a leg 32. I don't know if that'd be too long for me because, as I keep telling you, I have relatively short legs to my height. So I thought I'll give those a try. I haven't tried them on yet. She said they were really tricky to pull up, so I don't have great hopes that they're... I'm generally, if you don't know me, sorry, I am a size 20, generally speaking. I am 5'7" and I am 70 years old. So I don't know whether I'll be able to get them up over my knees, but I'll give them a try. So I thought I'll try them on in the next video when I get the other bits to show you. But yeah, see what we think. There's nothing kind of fantastic about them to show you. They just look like a regular pair of jeans. So I'll give those a try next week, and then you can let me know if I can get them on. You can let me know what you think. So I went into Superdrug and I came back from holiday and I couldn't find my dental floss anywhere. So I thought, I need to go to a shop and buy dental floss, and I kept forgetting to go to shops that sell dental floss. So I had several days with no dental floss. So yesterday I bought dental floss, came home and found my dental floss. But anyway, I thought I'll get, it doesn't matter because it's stuff I use all the time. I usually keep one upstairs, usually keep one downstairs, and now I can keep one in my bedrooms as well, so that's useful. Just bought a couple. One actually was from Sainsbury's. Whoops. Sorry. That one was from Sainsbury's, not very exciting. Just Oral-B Essential Floss. And this one was from, I'm sure it was this one, was from Superdrug. Just put that in my basket when I was walking around. I thought it's about time we had 2 new toothbrushes. So I bought a couple of toothbrushes. There's nothing very exciting here. Well, nothing particularly exciting, unless you get very excited about toothbrushes. So me and current husband, we're going to have our film star smiles. I quite like a hard toothbrush, but you can't hardly ever find any of them. They're usually medium. I don't know why, because medium don't really seem hard enough. Well, I don't suppose they would, because they're not hard, are they? But I was looking for the ones I normally have. I can never think what they're called because, honestly, my brain's terrible. I can't remember anything, can I? But I always know what they look like, and I couldn't find them anywhere in Superdrug, so I thought I'll give these a try. These are Oral-B. I think they were $1.49. Were they $1.49? Do you care? I don't know if you care. $1.49 each. So we'll give them a try. And if they're not that great, I'll save them for when we go away next time, and they can just be holiday brushes. I bought some biodegradable cleansing facial wipes. I don't know if that focused, but I don't suppose you mind too much. We all know what these look like, don't we? I bought 4 other things from Superdrug, and I think actually I've wasted my money because, well, I'll tell you. So the first thing I saw, do you remember I said to you about wearing tinted, if you've seen my videos in order, it would have been in the last one, I think, tinted moisturiser, because to even up your skin tones when you don't want to have your face in the sun too much because of sun damage, and also wearing the old, oh, look like Eric Morgan there. When you wear glasses, you end up with white bits under your eyes, around your eyes, don't you? Because obviously you don't tan through sunglasses or normal glasses, I suppose. And I've got Dove tanning lotion upstairs, body lotion, which I haven't actually got round to using yet, to be fair. But I didn't know whether it was safe to use it on your face. But then I saw this little, this is for face and body. Now, I don't think the other one says it's for face. I think it just says for body. So I don't know whether I've just spent money on buying something that I've already got upstairs, or whether this is different. I should really have just checked the ingredients, shouldn't I? But it's light to medium results for glowing sun-kissed skin, which is what we all dream of, really, isn't it? So I bought this little thing. Sorry about the light on everything and the focusing. This is, oh, somebody outside's clapping. That's, thank you. I thank you. This was, oh, it was £4.19. I think I've just spent £4.19 that I don't need to, but I suppose you see the little thing, don't you, when you think, oh yeah, the little container. If it was a massive great thing, you perhaps wouldn't buy it. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know what I'm on about. So I bought that, and I bought, I'll tell you what I saw in there. I was looking, when I went in, the Revolution counter is just near the door in our branch. And I was looking at their stuff because everybody always raves about Revolution stuff. And as you know, sorry to interrupt my own sentence, I know I keep going off at a tangent all the time. I'm not really that interested in makeup. I wear it because I don't want to scare the horses. And I don't have that much of it. I do try new things, but I just don't, I kind of wear the same colours all the time. I've tried to vary, but you know, it's just not really my thing. And I know a lot of you like makeup things, so I do try every now and again to either show you some stuff. I've done a 1 or 2 get ready with me things. If you particularly want me to do stuff like that, I'll do more of it, but it's not my main thing really. So the first thing I saw was, and I've written this down because I don't know if any of you have tried this. It's oops, got a wobbly table. It was Revolution loose baking powder. So it was in like a small bottle-y thing, looked like a bottle, and it said, so it's baking powder based powder. Now it was all a bit complicated for me. I couldn't really understand what you do with it. I've just looked on the website and it tells you how to apply it, and I'm just never going to buy anything like that anyway, because it sounded like it was a bit too fussy, you know, putting it on, blowing it off, or whatever it is. But the thing that I noticed was the one I looked at, the ingredients in it included talc and magnesium. No, sorry, talc and aluminium. And I thought, that sounds a bit like something Elizabeth I had put on her face. You know how she used to, that sort of white caked on stuff. Now, obviously, it's not going to look like that, is it, these days? But I thought, I didn't think you were supposed to use talc because of the nature of the product. Because we used to put it all over our babies and everything, didn't we? And all over our bits and pieces. But I thought that was kind of discouraged now. And aluminium, I don't know what that does. So if any of you know, but it was, so it was the Revolution loose baking powder. So it had obviously baking powder in it and talc and I don't know why I keep saying magnesium, aluminium. And that all sounds like a recipe for something horrible to me, but I didn't buy it because I thought I'm never going to use that. I did look at this. Now this is Revolution again. Oh dear, I'm really sorry about the light. This is the only place I can sit really where I get normal light. Before you say get a ring light, I've got one of those and it just reflects in my glasses, so that drives me nuts. So this is Revolution Skin Silk Luminous Serum Foundation. I got this in in shade F2. I found it really difficult to I found it really difficult to work out the colours because there wasn't the display unit for all of their products was very busy, and I couldn't equate. You can't really see the product in this bottle very well, and it didn't sort of give me a clear idea of what F1 was, apart from motor racing. So it was F1, F2, F3 and F4, and I couldn't really work out what shades they were. So if there's something on the bottle, I blooming well can't see it. It just says F2. So and there's nothing on the label, just F2 everywhere. Shake well before use. So as it's although I've got some Boots foundation which I'm quite happy with, I thought in the interest of my public I will give this a try and see if that's what that's like. So it's a foundation with luminous serum in. Well, it says it's luminous serum foundation. I don't know which bit's luminous, but oh, and you probably want to know how much that was, don't you? Let me have a look. Was that £5? I think it was £5. Although I've bought another Revolution thing. Sorry, I do this all the time, don't I? Anyway, that's that product. Foundation, luminous. I'll give that a try. The next thing I bought, which I thought, I'm a bit mad really because I just bought that, but I thought if I don't use this, I'll give it to my daughter because she's quite interested in all this sort of stuff. As long as it's vegan friendly, of course, which of course it might not be. I have to check that. This is Revolution Pro Protect Soft Focus Primer. And I thought, who couldn't do with a bit of soft focus primer? It's SPF 50 Pro Age or Pro Age, I don't know. And it's so it's got a 50 UVB protection. And I thought, on the days when I don't want to wear any foundation or tinted moisturiser, that might be quite a nice one to try. So that was that. And then the last thing I got from Superdrug was, I looked at the ELF display, and this is supposed to be no budge eyeshadow. So it's a cream eyeshadow. I shall open the thing, the packet, and have a look. They only had a few shades. I mean, I tend to stick to, I don't know if you can see the colour I've got on today. Don't want to give you one of those up the nose shots again. I've got a sort of a browny colour on today. I tend to go for those. I used to always wear grey, but I don't so much now. I wonder if it's when your skin changes when you get older, and sort of naturally I've just moved over to a different colour. Also, my hair was a different colour when I was younger. I don't know, but I don't really go for, you know, greens or blue, you know, all the other colours that are around, lilacs and things. So it's just this little pot, as you can see. No budge cream eyeshadow. Let me just put a bit on my hand if I can open it. So it is quite soft. Let's have a look. So this is the, let's sit in the light, sorry. And I suppose you can graduate that. Oh, I can sort of, by the feel of it, I can see how it might be might actually stay in place. I do use a primer on my eyelids, but that's a bit hit and miss, to be honest, when it's hot weather. It's okay sort of in the winter and cooler days, but on very hot days when your face is just generally a bit sweaty, it doesn't really, you know, it doesn't live up to that. So that might be a good one to try. I did wonder about, because no, I don't actually. I don't usually use two different colours. I usually just put one colour on. Sometimes I add a little bit of highlight or something, but generally speaking, I just put the one colour on. So yeah, I'll have to, but I'm not used to using my finger. I use a brush, so I don't know how well that'll go on. But I will give that a go, and if I try and remember to wear it on my next video, so you can, if you're interested, so you can see. That's almost everything from, well, that's everything from Superdrug. Then I went into the works and I bought, I don't know why I've got a mania for buying these sorts of books, really. You can see this one was £2, just a lined spiral book. I suppose it's to write all those passwords down that I immediately forget, as per my previous rant and Room 101 conversation with you all. So I got one of those. Don't really need it, but I thought it's £2. I quite like the look of that. And then I bought a colouring book, which is a houseplant one. I did, I don't know if I can show you these sorts of pictures. I don't know if, because colouring I find really relaxing, and I don't sit and read. I think I've got the sort of brain that just clicks around all the time. There's nothing of any value in it really, but I've just got one of those brains, it never stops, and I'm always thinking of the next thing and the last thing. And if I wake up early in the morning, you know, to go to the loo or something, and I go back to bed, I struggle to go back to sleep because it immediately starts again. It doesn't keep me awake all night, and I go to sleep all right, but there's always something, I'm trying to work stuff out in my brain, and I couldn't sit and read a book. I used to read books, but I can't do that anymore. I just, my brain won't cope with it. I can't retain the knowledge because my mind's wandering. I bought or rather I was given that, what's his name, Richard Osman book when it first came out, his first book, because I really wanted to read that. And I got 3 or 4 pages in, and there were so many characters mentioned. Well, perhaps there weren't lots, but to me it seemed like there was a lot. And I couldn't remember who each one was, so I had to keep going back and retracing my steps, and I gave up in the end because I thought I can't sit here going back on the pages because I never get completely in the moment with it. So that brings me to colouring, and so that's why I like to colour. And I'm a bit funny about the colouring books I have. I don't want them where they've decided on putting black areas in for you. I want to decide on what's black and what isn't. The paper's important. I like this sort of shiny paper, you know, like printer paper type thing. I quite like room settings, you know, it just fitted my bill. And I've started a couple, but they need to be finished off with some definition, because I start with some, I don't always, but I like to start with some pencils, and then I kind of go in with some felts or watercolours as well, just to make it, I mean, make it a bit more interesting. I'm not really any good at this sort of stuff, but it amuses me, it keeps me happy, keeps me quiet, and we all like that, don't we? Right, now what else have I got to tell you? I don't think I've got anything else to tell you. I think I'm going to try and get this video up today. So I've shown you my little shopping haul. I've just been filmed my shopping that I got from Sainsbury's. I had a delivery this morning, and I didn't bother showing you item by item because, I mean, I know some of you are interested in that, but it's the, you know, I buy the same old stuff week in, week out, with a few exceptions. So I showed you, I'm just going to show you me having put it away and where I keep things in my kitchen. If that's of interest to you, please stick around and watch that. Other than that, I will say bye-bye, and I will endeavour to get this video up today, and I will definitely see you at the beginning of next week, probably Tuesday. Thank you for your very kind comments from my last video. The whole washing your bedding thing was I like a little bit of a discussion with us all, whether you wash your bedding before you use it. And I would say the people that do wash their bedding were probably the winners. People that don't, that are on my team, we're the losers. There's less of us. Most people seem to think there's lots of good reasons why you do that, and that is fair enough. I can't see me changing though, because I put my new bedding on the other day and it just still feels quite nice, but I know when I wash it, it won't feel the same again. But fair enough, isn't it? Fair enough. But it's nice to have a little bit of discussion going with you all. If you've watched me before and not subscribed, please consider it, because it does really make a difference to my people viewing my channel. I've got a nice little number of subscribers, and I've got some lovely regulars that watch me and comment every week, and it's always lovely to. It's just like having a cup of coffee with people. Really, that's what I like about doing these videos, But I would like, if I can get some more subscribers, it would be great, because that means my video goes out to more people, because that's the way the analytics work. I'm not in doing these videos to make loads of money or anything like that. I'm not doing it for that, but it would be nice to, I mean, if I did, I don't, let's put it that way, but if I did, that would be lovely, but that isn't my aim. My aim is to reach as many people as I can, really. And so if you would like to subscribe and don't already, that would be great. I do understand that, I do know that most people that watch don't subscribe, and I'm guilty of that myself. So I've tried to change my ways, because yeah, it does help the content creator if you do that. So if you'd consider that, that would be great. I shall say goodbye for now, and I'll just stick the other little bit of video on the end if you're interested in that, and I will see you very soon. So you take care. Bye bye. Hi, not sure where this bit of video will fit into the overall video, but I thought I'd just do this quickly. I've had a supermarket delivery this morning, and rather than go through all the individual items I bought, which are all frankly quite boring, and you've probably seen them before if you've watched other videos of mine, I just thought I'd show you how I put them away, and if it's of any interest. Well, I hope it is a bit of interest, but it's a job we all have to do all the time, isn't it? And it's tediously boring, but I just thought I'd show you a bit of organisation. I'm no expert on organisation. I've got a small kitchen, I've got loads of cupboards which are full of stuff that probably I don't need some of it, but anyway, you'll see. So the first thing I'll show you is inside the fridge. So I've put everything that needs to go in my fridge away, and this is how I organise it. I've done this for years now, putting things in baskets rather than just shoving them in the fridge, and I find it works really well. It's one of the only things that I've ever been, had a go at that I've consistently used. So obviously you've got the veggie bit, oh squeaky, veggie bit at the bottom. I keep potatoes in here, and I find they last forever. I know that's a bit of a moot point with some people, isn't it? Some people say, oh, don't put them in the fridge, and I didn't for years, and I ended up throwing loads of potatoes away, because wherever you put them, they were just they'd go to seed, really. So obviously wine. This top basket, I keep them more or less in this order all the time. This is bacon, and I buy these the diced chorizo. There's some vegan cheese. Oh, wonderful. Got to be quick. Some vegan cheese in there, because potentially my daughter might be coming over and we might need that for burgers. But that's in there, if that's not in the cheese thing because it's vegan. So yeah, this is would keep anything bacony in there. The little space here has just got these sort of bits in it. This is my cheese basket, so I can see what I've got. There's some cheddar at the back, some sliced, ready sliced, because I make so many sandwiches in my life, you know, it's boring. And some grated. I always swore I'd never buy grated cheese because you think, oh well, I've got a grater and it's more expensive, but honestly, you know, let's just say I do now. This is the sandwich. I've said before that I make current husband a packed lunch every day, plus I'll probably have a sandwich at lunchtime or something. Hang on, I've got to remember to keep pressing that. Sorry if you saw my finger there. So yeah, this is all the sandwiches stuff, you know, sandwich. I know it's all processed. What can I do? What can I do? So that's in there, and this is the dinner thing. So this is my biggest basket, and anything we're having for dinner this week, you know, our evening meal, goes in there, and there's a little bit of an overflow here. Now we're having people over at the weekend, so there's usually wine in my fridge, to be fair. I mean, you need something to keep you going, don't you? And but that's why we've got, in case you're judging me and thinking, my God, she's on the sauce from breakfast time, it's because we've got people coming over. And this is, you know, I keep this sort of stuff in here once it's open. I don't know, I use it quite a lot. It's got some Trex there and some butter. I don't buy spread. This is something for the dog. She's had something else wrong with her. Another trip to the vet this week. So that's the fridge. And you've seen my fridge door before. My grandson gave me another picture. So, yep, that's on borrowed time. This is stuff for my dogs that I need to give them every day. I've got stuff in here for... I've got... sorry, I'm not showing you the right thing, am I? There's... some stuff for their joints. You know, I told you about the salmon stuff, which was really stinky. The vet suggested this stuff. I think I showed that to you. This is her arthritis pill. This is I've got Piriton in there for my other dog because it was suggested by the vet. I got that. It's not a Piriton bottle, but I just keep it in there. But then the vet I saw the other day said it's useless, so I don't know whether to keep giving it to her. I've stopped for the time being. And this is stuff for anal glands. Let's just leave it at that. If you've got a dog, you'll know what I mean. And a little brush. There's some other stuff in the cupboard, but that's what I keep there because that's the stuff I use regularly. This cupboard, like I say, you know, this isn't particularly good. I don't have a wonderful system. I've got a very squeaky door there. I keep bread up there. There's a couple of overflow bits up there. One of these little stand things with pickles and sandwichy, you know, breakfast spreads and things. I keep butter in there. I don't keep it in the fridge. Oil. I buy olive oil and rapeseed oil, salt and pepper. So that's in that cupboard. Sorry about the squeaky. That's fairly obvious what that is. My oven's on, so I hope you can hear the fans going around. I'm cooking up some chicken breasts for my dog because I give them fresh chicken breasts as well as their normal dog food. Oh, I should have shown you around this bit. Current husband, this is a really awkward bit of kitchen. He refitted the kitchen and restyled it about 10 years ago. And it left us with this gap which really drove me nuts. So basically, that, you know, we don't always keep paint there, but there is paint there at the moment. Doggy treats there. I know you're thinking there a lot, but you know, what can I say? This is where I keep my washing liquid. So I've got Vanish stuff for stains, conditioner, liquid, and the Sainsbury's own antibacterial laundry cleaner. We have one of these food bins for kitchen
waste. I'm never happy with wherever I put it. I don't know quite why. I don't know why it bothers me, but it does. I've started putting, you know, when you unpack stuff, you know, to put, you know, like a pack of, suppose chicken or something, and you've got the container for recycling, or your egg container. It used to be piled up here, and because the kitchen, the paper recycling thing, what are my words? What's the word I'm searching for? Basically, the recycling bin is just by the front door, which isn't miles away. But when you're busy, you don't want to keep opening the door, especially with the dogs that you think they might make a run for it. So I bought this a few weeks ago, a little trug, and it's you know, it's a bit of a big old thing, but I have to say, we just put everything in there, and then one of us will just take the stuff out when it's full. And this is the doggy bit here. Bought that thing from I think it was the Range a couple of years ago. I use that all the time, keeps their dog pouches in. I also have some biscuity food for them. Yeah, this thing, I've just put it there for now because it's sort of out the way. Yeah, so there was that cupboard, the boiler's in this one. This is, I don't stock loads of stuff, I never really have. So if the apocalypse comes, once our 4 tins of baked beans run out, then then that's it for us. So yeah, just that's the other tin stuff. I keep, so chopped tomatoes, well, you can see corn, tuna, beans. There's an emergency sauce there. Quite like that. I don't normally buy jars of sauce anymore. I make my own because it's just easier, and I've got all the stuff anyway. Some cereals up there, that's very empty at the moment because normally my grandchildren's cereals are up there, but this stuff, I've been trying to eat this instead of bread, but it's still got loads of sugar in it, and I never add sugar. If anyone knows of a cereal that's got almost, even if it tastes horrible, virtually no sugar in it, please let me know, because on the traffic light thing that Sainsbury's do, which is really helpful, this is green, so fat and saturates are green, sugars and salt are, well, 2.4. I don't know, is that good? Is that good? I think that's, the orange one is more than the green, isn't it? So that's still quite high, I would say. Anyway, don't worry about writing and telling me, but I buy this because, as I say, it's a change from bread, you know, having toast and stuff. Squash up there for the kids, and these are quite handy. Don't use them all the time. I do actually make things like gravy and sauces myself, but you know, sometimes they're just a bit useful if you're in a hurry. Plates in there. Every plate I own is in there. I don't have any more anywhere. They're nothing fancy. I don't really care about that sort of stuff. Now this is the naughty cupboard. So glasses at the top. There's a couple of random bits up there. Cups in the middle, mugs rather, and this is where there's stuff that when the children come, they help themselves. Because Nana's house has got to have sweets and biscuits, hasn't it? I mean, if you're not a Nana, if you're a Nana that's just got, I don't know, what are those things? Rice cakes. Well, they're not going to get you into good old people's home, are they? Let's just face it, you know, they're not going to come and visit you in your old age. So there's all sorts of stuff, and a lot of this stuff goes in packed lunches as well. Current husband needs to keep his strength up. He likes those in a packed lunch. I bought this because I thought, ooh, this sounds nice. Now you probably won't believe, but we don't sort of sit and eat cake very much. But I saw that and I thought that might be nice, because if we have people over tomorrow, that might be quite a nice refreshing dessert. So it's a zesty lime curd cake. I would never have said I like lemon curd, but I probably do. Summer edition, so we could have that with some I don't know, cream or ice cream, or just on its own. And this, I haven't actually opened this today, so I don't know how. Sorry, creak. Yeah, that's a bit of a right old mess. I've got to tidy that up, so this can come out because that can go in my pasta jar Yeah, this is crisps. I'm a bit embarrassed about this. I've got a thing of biscuits. I bought this a few months ago and I think I showed you. If you're a regular viewer, you'd have seen that. But, because I wanted something airtight to put biscuits in, but the blimmin' thing's dropped off the top. And I keep putting it back on, but it just won't. So it's obviously not airtight anymore because, well, I presume it isn't. Maybe it is. So I haven't unwrapped the biscuits I bought. Again, I'm not saying we never eat biscuits, but the kids like them, so that's my excuse. And I am sticking to it. So I need to get a new one of those. Yeah, this, I can tidy that up, and this is baking stuff basically up there. Yeah, so in fact that might be my son's stuff for his children, so I'll put that in here. Because this is bits and pieces like there's lentils and there's some what's this, soy sauce, and he buys sort of dried noodles and gives the children that. So there's a few bits in there of his. Again, you know, I just put them in a container rather than having them lying about. And then there's just like the shelves. I keep my eggs here. Oh yeah, my tomatoes are over there. I don't put those in the fridge anymore. We've got some off of our little tomato plant. They're really nice and crispy and sweet and juicy. A tiny little plant, and it's given us loads of little tiny tomatoes. So I pop those in my mouth when I'm walking around the kitchen. Sometimes they're lovely. Yeah, eggs I keep there. Pasta, and that's it really, I think, here. So just thought I'd show you where I keep stuff, because we all do different things. I know I've said this before, but we all think we do Chanel's a calendar. We all think we do the same as everybody else, but you know, when you watch YouTube and you see how other people do things, I tell you what though, if you don't do this basket thing, give it a go, because I very rarely, I was going to say I very rarely have anything go past its date, but the point with this is you can check it really easy. Just bring the basket out and have a quick look through, rather than going, and things don't get stuck at the back of the cupboard, of the shelf. So yeah, I shall be back with something else in a bit probably.
It was a big day out for me and Steve with our